What do we got today? We got ourselves, oh my goodness, full team rush. We got ourselves Dark, we got ourselves Krager, we got ourselves Kram, no Mova. This one is a hard one to say because I don't even know how you say it in English. Now Mova? Should we call him Mova? We got ourselves Tulan as well on Team Blue. Full team of Rushes versus Christina on Team Red. Lancelot as a big old furious Death Knight. We got ourselves my other Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Daenerys going to be going up first. The Targaryens are back with Devil hanging around the back. Daenerys going up versus Dark is going to get hit with an incap as Dark just goes in for a bit of a slower play, catching up on a few heals. That's going to be just eliminated immediately. It's going to get an interrupt on Daenerys. Fist of Fury attacking him while Blur is off and Daenerys took a little bit of damage there. It looks like it's going to be Echo and Void for Daenerys. Needs to get next to Dark and stay on top of him as best as possible to get the most value from the Echoing Void. That's going to be Dark trying to zone out the Demon Hunter. Is going to rush around the other side. Trinket for Trinket getting traded right now by both the Monk and the Demon Hunter. The DH feels like he needs to pop down meta. Darkness comes down to, it looks like a moment of desperation coming out of Demon Hunter. Is going to pop I-Beam to extend the Metamorphosis just a little longer and finally starting to do some slashing damage to Dark. Is going to hit him with a stun a little bit early. Daenerys not really looking all that healthy. Dark isn't really trying to go offensive here. It's actually just trying to go for an incap and catch a few heals prior. It's going to hit Daenerys with quite a bit of damage flying up in the air. Dark doesn't have any range damage right now. Actually going to play it super safe as Daenerys is catching up on health little by little. Darkness is going to catch up on Vivifies. Waiting for Daenerys approaching. Daenerys needs a little bit of time before a blur is available. Try to play very defensive here. Has Metamorphosis. Should try to engage with his full... Oh, wow, I guess his meta is gone. Should try to get him back into meta and try to do as much damage as they can. Is going to get a Blade Dance on top of Dark. That's going to be Fist of Fury. Stunning the Fist of Fury. Preventing the parry damage. Dark still could finish this off as Blur is up on Daenerys. Might have enough damage here. Daenerys is going to back up for a second. Charge right in. Super low in health, but it's going to be a big old kick at the end by Dark to take him out. And Dark taken out Daenerys the Demon Hunter in only a minute 40 seconds. With Devil going up, actually DR's cheap shotting Dark. It's gonna punish this rogue for coming out in the open with a big old Fist of Fury. Is gonna eat a Breath of the Dying Legs. But a Devil looking to get a trick out of him, does get a trick out of him, and that's gonna be evasion out of the rogue as well. And Devil looking to catch himself a reset. With this evasion, should want to play very offensive. Gonna be blind onto Dark. Actually, very interesting play here. Blind onto Dark is going to go for a cheap shot, trying to see if he can get a reopener. Honestly, should have went with that evasion offensively. Got some calm points and cooldowns off of the Monk. It's going to land a Kindle shot off of a DR. Kindle shot off of a cheap shot. Hitting Dark with a Maledict. Not going to... I mean, Dark is not going to stand there and catch Vivify. Try to see if it might be able to catch up with the Rogue. Reversing the Mally at the very last second. Devil eating a lot of that reduction. It's going to be hit by Tentacle from beyond. It's going to pop himself into advantage and looking for a reset. Should be very, very afraid of his health. Opening up with a Kindle shot. Actually staying offensive with Dark. Dark could Trinket us any moment. That's going to be Devil popping in some dots onto him. Dark could port next to Devil if he wanted to. Is going to try to see if he can cast a heal into Devil's face, and it's going to end up taking him out with reverse harm. Very unfortunate for that rogue. He very much wanted to play offensive though. He wanted to stay in, so I really got to give him the credit, man. But honestly, as a rogue, if you really feel like you need to catch a reset and vanish and whatever, might be a good idea. Dark popping in Karma as he sees Thorns coming up from Cressida. Cressida is going to tank up this damage as best as possible, trying to see if they might be able to head back to the entrance, head back to their starting area and recover through HOTS. But Dark is going to stay aggressive. Christina might just pop a second wall right then and there. A big bite coming out, I think, onto the Monk maybe? Christina popping in a wall. As Dark is still staying super aggressive. Has a Trinket in case Christina has any CC for him. Christina's actually out of options. Bash out of Dark. It's going to Trinket out of it. Taking out Christina immediately and bailing out before the next competitor comes in. Lancelot is going to start a little bit closer to Dark than I wanted, but that's okay. I think it's first time in this duels. Just make sure to start in the room. He did move out for the Monk originally. So maybe he's just super excited. Red's going to be Ring of Peace. Trying to zone out the pets of the Unholy Death Knight. Is going to be doing a good work. Just how much of Lancelot is he got some cooldowns rolling on himself. AMS is up for Lancelot. Actually, perfect AMS. The tentacle slab crashes down on him. Actually absorbing it. That's going to be the Unholy Death Knight's pets exploding all around the Monk as he gets a whole nother set of a full set of army up onto Dark. Dark still has plenty of mobility to get away. That's going to be Mage to the Dead attacking him though. Should get quite enough slows in there. As Lancelot trying to find himself some line of sight on Dark. It's going to go for a Whirling Dragon Punch, taking a bit of damage from all those pets. Pets explode with the stun coming out. Lancelot doing as much damage as he humanly can. Viciferous trying to see if he can counter him with a Karma to follow Lancelot. Better play this one very defensive, otherwise this could be damage. He just reverses back onto himself. And I don't think that's what he wants to do. With a disarm coming out onto the Demon... I want to keep wanting to call him Demon Hunter. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Demon Hunter. I guess DH and DK is just like same thing in my head, right? Damn. But that's going to be Death Knight down for the cow, and disarm so he couldn't even heal. Let's put him the 5% dampening with my other Shadow Priest. Gonna be up next, Brian with a dono. I think Burst Haste. I don't know what the Warriors are saying in the Warrior Discord. I would join the Warrior Discord, see what they're saying. But I think versatility is what Warriors would want to stack for survivability. We got a hashtag Brian in chat. Well, aren't Inferior Warriors having trouble with damage? Wouldn't going for... Wait, are you going for res? I think he's trying to force Dark from behind the pillar. I think he was actually trying to res. Trinkets out of an incap with a great fate just to walk up next to Dark. Very interesting play by my other Shadow Priest. That's going to be dispelled by Dark. Reversing the dots back into my other SP. Who's going to go into Void Form for a second. Try to see if he might be able to play against Dark. He just trinketed. He just trinketed into a disperse with a Vampiric Embrace. And Shadow Priest trying to stay aggressive with a Monk. He got a Mindbender trying to walk up and slap him with the Tentacles. Trying to aim the Monk on the other side. The Mindbender's at least getting some damage. My other SP, we just continue to play super aggressive fear onto the Monk with a trinket for him. Getting the images back up and running. The images are feared, but they are fighting through Fists of Fury as best as they can. VT is coming up for my other SP. Trying to land a mind control onto Dark. He's going to land an incap for a second. Does he have a sweep? Afterwards, it's going to be a wall for him right now as my other SP just doesn't have a lot of healing available. Getting interrupted on his heal. Fist of Fury not letting him go anywhere. I think this man is maybe down for the count and does get hit with a stun. And that's going to be full mind control to walk him away. If my other SP can somehow survive this, this will be insane. Because this man is playing super giga offensive. I mean, trinketed. An incap. That's going to be Karma onto my other SP. No way to deal with this Karma. Trying to maybe land a mind control. It's going to be Ringa Boopity Bob getting him out. And down he goes. Very unfortunate to see how that ended. Dark went up for a big old 1v5. Man, the other team I think was just not prepared. That trinket. Interesting, interesting. Alright, but this is going to be the first one here, man. The first one out of the gates. Let's get another one going, yeah?